Cause of death. What happened does not leave this room, Director Sherman declared. Understood? I nodded. What do you want me to do with the body? I gestured at the sheet-covered form lying on the gurney across the room. Take it to the incinerator. I have a better idea, I countered. What? I think we should take it to Dr. Warner in the pathology lab and let him do an autopsy, I explained. We need to know what happened so there are no more surprises. Can he be trusted to keep his mouth shut? I nodded. He's under the same NDA as the rest of us, and I've never known him to be one to gossip. Director Sherman furrowed his brow as he considered my request. Fine. He sighed after a few moments. Take it down to the pathology lab and ask Dr. Warner to perform an autopsy. But tell him he has to perform the autopsy by himself. No assistance. And don't let him see the body until he agrees. He pointed his index finger at me. And remind him of the consequences if he even thinks about telling anyone about it. I will, I agreed. I've got to go let Mr. Flynn know what happened, Director Sherman said before making his way to the door. I'll be in my office if you need me. Mr. Flynn was the owner of the research company we worked for. Once Director Sherman left, I wheeled the body into the freight elevator and descended into the basement. Excuse me, Dr. Warner, I said after stepping into the pathology lab. Can I have a word with you? Dr. Warner and his assistant both looked up from the monkey carcass they were dissecting. Of course, Dr. Torres. His voice was slightly muffled from the surgical mask he was wearing. In private, I nodded toward the hallway. Clean this up, he said to his assistant as he gestured at the dead monkey. We'll finish tomorrow. He then took off his gloves and mask and followed me into the hall. I take it this is what you wanted to talk to me about? He gestured at the sheet-covered body on the gurney in the hall. It is. You know I haven't done a real autopsy since med school, right? Dr. Warner admitted. He was referring to the fact that all of the post-mortems he'd conducted at the facility were of research animals. That's not a problem. I take it you want it done off the books? I nodded. What am I looking for? I pulled the sheet down far enough for him to see the deceased woman's face, which was my face, only a decade or so older. You got your time machine to work, Dr. Warner gasped. I did, I smiled, which is why I need to know how I stopped and then corrected myself, how I died before I move on to the next phase of testing.